Okay, folks, and welcome back to the third game of the latest edition of Indie Showcase Saturday/Sunday, powered by The Shed. And indeed, this is one that I think I'm looking forward to quite a bit. So this actually, the reason I got press code for this, sorry, I just have to rerun Babel Chat here, guys, because it closed during the last game. So this is what I use to monitor the DLive chat, so sorry about that. So this game, actually, I got press code for, even though it's been out for a little while, because the Switch version just came out. So we're not playing the Switch version, we're playing the PC version, but as I understand it, the Switch version is quite well done as well. So this is, I don't know how you pronounce this, Aggelos, I don't know. But it is published by PQube, which is the developer who published Arcade Spirits from last week, which these guys have been putting out some really cool stuff. PQube is pretty neat. And it's by a dev called Storybird, and they have been updating the PC version as well. As you can see right there in the title, hard mode now available. So they've been continuing to update this as they've been putting it out on consoles as well, which is quite good. And I love retro style platformers. You guys know this. So this looks very interesting, much like what we had last week with Attack of the Mutant Fish Crows. This kind of looks like almost like a Wonder Boy and Monsterland kind of game, so very curious about it. $15 US, $17.50 Canadian. Again, not a terrible conversion rate. It's got pretty positive reviews. Doesn't look like it's been incredibly popular, but it's done all right for itself. And retro-inspired platformers like this, it's coming out on the Switch. I mean, games like this always do well, are always good on something like the Switch. So very curious to check this one out. So we will give this a try. See how well it does. Might be a little bit of a palate cleanser after the last game. The developer's even called Wonder Boy BB or whatever. So, I mean, their inspirations are clear. Or Wonder Boy Bobby. Yeah, I mean, come on. It's very clear what their inspiration is here. That's a lot of devs. Wonder Boy Bobby, Storybird, Look at My Game, PQube, and Click Team. That's a lot. Controller not working. Play with keyboard 3 or joypad. All right, let's try it with a joypad, because this clearly doesn't have native Xbox support, though. This is one of those games that has just button numbers. Probably a limitation of their engine, but I hope... well, okay, it's still not working. I can move, but the buttons aren't doing anything. Oh dear. See, I'm gonna be a little cranky about this, but whoa. I'm gonna be a little cranky about this only because you put this game out on the Switch. Your engine clearly has the ability to map native controls. So why do you not have proper PC? Okay, yeah, so something here is screwed up. I can move with the controller, but it doesn't recognize any of the inputs. So this game apparently does not support Xbox One controllers. Or at least Xbox One wireless controllers. That's a bummer. Like I've said before, I'm really not a fan of that. And all these keyboard layouts, none of these look particularly good either. They use the WASD and JK, L, and P. Oh, I don't know. Okay, we'll see here. Yeah, you really have to map in. You really, like, especially if you're going to put your game on consoles, like, you really need to have proper button map support. This sounds extremely NES, which I like. This music also reminds me an awful lot of Zelda II. JKLP. Oof, I'm not a fan of that at all. But, okay. So I will say this is one of these retro-inspired platformers that definitely looks like it could have come off the it definitely looks like it could have come off the NES. The music, like, some of the retro games, the retro-inspired titles that I always find the most fascinating are the ones that actually, some of the developers actually confine themselves to the limitations of the NES. So, like, for example, their music, their graphics, they have to look like they could have worked on an NES, or they have to be coded in such a way that they would actually run on an NES. So they force those limitations on themselves. I think that that's a really cool idea. And it kind of looks like that's what they did with this game, which is cool. Okay. Really not a fan of this control scheme, though. Boosh. Apparently my guy doesn't talk. Okay. I mean, this plays through and through like an NES game. I like the look of it. I like the sound of it. Oh, okay, that is hostile. It has a leveling mechanic, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna assume I can't swim. Okay, I totes can. And apparently just straight up walk underwater, so that's kind of dope. I assume I have limitations. The bubbles, I'm guessing the bubble might be an indicator of my oxygen level. Or can I just straight up breathe underwater indefinitely? I mean, it is a magical kingdom, so, you know. I just leveled. You're on your way. Okay. Yeah, so, so far this looks great. It looks and sounds great. It seems to be playing pretty well so far. It definitely has some Wonder Boy and Monsterland elements in it, though to me it feels a little bit more like Zelda II. The last game loop, well, you'll see when it goes up on YouTube. It's had an interesting concept, very, very poorly executed. The performance was terrible, and just the mechanics of it just aren't very an interesting base concept, but it was just not put together in a way that was very good. It was much more frustrating than anything else. Also on the main menu, it talked about how a new update was due to come on April 16th. So, you know. Yeah. So this is neat, but it is I have to say it is rather frustrating, the control scheme with this. It does not work properly with my Xbox One controller, and it only has 3 key presets. You cannot custom rebind your keys. And the default layout is to use WASD to move and J, K, L, and P. Now, I do remember one thing as well, though, that the developer said in their notes on Keymailer, is they said that it actually did say if you're having issues with I think it said actually if you're having issues with Xbox controllers, please use Joy-to-Key or one of those solutions. Due respect, that's not good enough. If you need a third-party application to get controller support working correctly, then you haven't supported controllers properly. And I personally don't think that's a good excuse. The reason I got code for this game is because it's coming out on the Switch. If you can make your engine work on the Switch, then you can get proper controller support patched into your PC version. So, I don't give a pass to games that are like, you know, go get a third-party. Please go get a third-party utility to make one of the most common controllers in existence work properly. Like, no, not good enough. But that said, like, still definitely a good game. But it needs to do. It definitely needs to do better than that. So this seems a little Metroidvania-y, actually, in kind of a cool way. It looks like, based on this, that I can go multiple places. I don't necessarily have to... This is not a linear experience, which is kind of cool. So I like that. And this definitely feels like one of those retro-inspired platformers that was developed in such a way where it's like, this was developed within the limitations of the NES. Like, you could have run... You potentially could, you know, burn this game to a cartridge and play it on an NES with how... with its graphical color and music constraints, which I think games developed that way are always kind of cool. Oh, hi, monkey. I'm gonna throw it out there and guess that at some point, the monkeys... I'm gonna throw it out there and guess that at some point you get something that allows you to understand what the monkeys say. Totally can, Loop. I'll just have to, you know... I'll just have to disclose that a friend of mine made it, but no, I totally can. I'd be happy to, in fact. Yeah, but that's easy enough. If I just say, hey, this game was made by a friend of mine, you know, keep that in mind. No big deal. Okay, so I bought a new sword. Actually, could have probably used the armor more. That probably would have been smarter, but... Looks like you have the ability, because enemies constantly respawn, it looks like you actually have the ability to just grind out upgrades if you want. Like, you could just grind the coin necessary to buy better upgrades. Whoa! Hi! You are not a friendly slime at all. Not even a little bit, are ya? Okay, apparently I can't go down there yet. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't want people to think I'm, you know, you paid me like, you know, 10 G's to talk about your game. Don't want that money hat, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Reviews for sale over here. Oh, of course. Yes. So, a little bit of a maze, in some ways. The levels are definitely not, you know, the levels are not super linear or anything like that, so that's kind of cool. And it looks like this is a fairly large world. So that's cool. Yeah, if I could just play this with a controller, I think it would be really neat. Now, does this room mean there's a boss? No, it doesn't. What's up, Mole Man? I am Combat Instructor Mole. I am Combat Instructor Mole. Yes, take this, young warrior. Ah! There we go. Boy, this is so... Okay. This is so inspired by Zelda 2. Oh my god. Well, and also maybe a little bit of Shovel Knight, because Shovel Knight loves the bouncy attack like that, too. Now, I have that herb thing in my inventory up top, but I don't actually know how to use it. It is very unclear how one goes about doing that. Also, I haven't seen a save crystal in a long time, which worries me a little bit, because I have a potential to lose a lot of progress here if I don't get to save soon. Especially since I don't know how to use that I don't know how to use that green herb, son. No, because the only keys in this are WASD, JKL, and space. I think what that might be, I think that might be an automatic item. Like if I run out of health, it gets used automatically. I hope so. Because otherwise I might lose a lot of progress here. I suppose I could go back to town. Because actually now I have the money to buy another I have the money to buy better armor. Oh, permanent health upgrade. Sweet. Oh yeah, also this guy can breathe underwater indefinitely and also walk underwater as if it ain't no thing. So, you know, that's kind of cool. Magical Kingdom and whatnot. True. Also, that sword attack enemy lets you bounce off enemies when they're seemingly unaware. Like they don't aggro, which is kind of cool. Oh. I'm gonna guess this is the boss area. Probably not a good place to be when I haven't saved in forever. Hopefully there's a save point in here. Oh, okay, so the enemies actually do drop health on occasion. That's nice. Hi, Mice. You look sweet and innocent, and I'm gonna stab you in the face. No, this is just a different area, it looks like. Okay, it's not a boss area. Like, for real, game could really use a save point. I assume this doesn't checkpoint. In Mother Russia, game saves you. There is a strange crack. I mean, that... Nah. Insert butt joke. Yes, we get... He is the new conscript. Oh, okay, this is the castle. This is where they were telling me to go before, that I needed to get into the castle, but you can't get in the normal way. Yeah, the princess is hiding in my house. Okay, well, we made a progress here. Whoa. That's a, fancy-looking king. This is much more Zelda 2, to be honest with you, than Super Mario. It's much more. This game feels a lot like Zelda 2 or yeah, Wonder Boy and Monster Land kind of thing. Yeah, it's very much that. Hey, Sari. So this is, and you know what? That is my fault because, you know what? I'm going to fix that right now. I haven't been changing the game titles. I always bloody forget that. That is my bad. So this is Aggelos, or Aggelos. I don't know how you pronounce it. But it is a retro-inspired platformer. Actually, so it came out last year actually for the PC, which is the version that we're playing. The reason I got word of it and was offered code for it is because it has just come out on the Switch. So it is a game that feels a lot like it clearly has a lot of inspiration from Zelda 2 and Wonder Boy and Monster Land. Yeah, the look of it is really good. And you know what? Both the look and the music sounds like... So, I was saying before, what I like about a lot of retro-inspired platformers like this are ones that are designed in such a way where they actually design themselves into the constraints of an actual NES. Like, if it's one of these games where even though it's on PC, you could technically burn the ROM to an NES and play it that way. This feels very much like that. The one thing I'm going to say that is my only real beef with it is the game doesn't properly support a lot of modern controllers. It doesn't work with the Xbox One controller. The dev in their keymailer notes actually said, if your controller is not working, please install Joy-to-Key, which is not, in my opinion, an acceptable solution. Having to map one of the most common controllers in existence using a third-party utility, especially when you've just made a version of your game for a console, means that you can patch in proper controller support. And there's only 3 keyboard presets. You can't custom rebind your keys. And the default preset is you use WASD for movement and J, K, L, and P for the face buttons, and then space for the start button. Which is not terrible, but certainly not the way I would prefer to play a game like this. That's my only complaint, though, is the control stuff. Otherwise, yeah, the look is good. There's a lot of mechanics to this. You actually you get additional attacks, much like Wonder Boy. You level up, you get money, you buy items. Very much like Zelda 2 kind of thing. And it looks like, I'll show you when we get out here, but the world map looks pretty significant. Basically been given a quest to save the world. There's a little bit of Metroidvania though as well, and that some of the levels, like some of the levels I took to get here, have multiple paths you can go down and multiple locked doors that you could probably actually skip, but if you chose to go back and find them, you get extra stuff, which is nice. Oh, a save. Thank God. I haven't saved in forever. So... come back to me after you possess all 4. So I'm on a quest. So you can see here. So here's what the world map looks like. World looks reasonably significant. I have to retrieve 4 elements. So and you can probably tell what those 4 elements are by looking at the map. A little bit obvious. If I ask for some guidance, what does he tell me? The door in the cave underneath the forest, okay. So that's the way I snuck in, and there are some locked doors down there. Like this one right here, actually. So you see, by killing enemies, you gain experience, and you also pick up... Ooh, hello! Oh, making it rain, son! Ooh, okay, I need to go back to town and buy some better armor, because dang. You also have the jump down attack like that, as you can see, like, there's a lot of, Something evil emerges from this crack. Insert other butt joke. Well, in that case, that means you're a naughty child, and that's concentrated evil coming out the back of you. Yeah, so this is, Oh, hi, mice. You all look innocent and cute, but you're guarding my monies. So we're gonna go, I really want to go back to town and buy some better gear. But yeah, honestly, this really feels like a game that could legit run on an NES, which I think is really cool. Okay, there's a chest up there, and I want it. I actually, however, don't know if I can even go up there yet. Actually, maybe I have to go back out the castle through the way I came in, because actually, it doesn't look like I can progress that way. I'm just going to quickly step in here and get my, I'm going to save the fact that we made it rain out there. What's this way? Oh, this is the way in. Oh, nice. Now the front door is unlocked. Because you see, I couldn't go in the front door before. I had to find my way back around, but now I can actually just walk in there, so that's nice. I like that it's given me, like, an easier path around. Oh, shoot. I missed that jump. Also, your character can, your character can breathe indefinitely underwater and basically walk underwater like it ain't no thing. So, you know, there's that. Magical Kingdom and whatnot. So, to be honest, I don't mind that. I always get stressed out by like water sections in games where you go and you have very limited oxygen. Sonic! That stuff always really frustrates me, so I kind of like games that are just like, nah, you know what, you can just breathe underwater because magic. Alright, we have so much money, we are totally upgrading our armor now. And what's his nuts there said there was a thing under a door under the something in the forest. So we're in the forested area, so. I think we've already been in there, right? Yeah, we've already been in here. Can I just pilfer this house? Apparently not. I'm too moral. Not like an Attack of the Mutant Fish Crows where I could just, like, totally take everybody's everything. But wait, apparently I can't go up there? Wait, isn't town back this way? Where's the town at? Hey, yo, I need some better armor. I got friggin' money to spend here, yo. Yeah, for real. Where's my way back to town? Huh. Okay, hang on. Okay, yeah, Lumen Castle is this way. We've already been here. But where is town? Oh, here's the town. Whoops. Well, I screwed that up. I should have gone the other direction. Lols. Yeah, it was. It was. I have learned. Holy crap! Big potion is 300 gems. You know what? I think I'm gonna just take the. Actually, you know what? I can afford the better armor. So you know what? Let's buy a big potion. Yo, living large. Now, does big potion recovers 10 hearts? Holy crap! That's a lot. Yes, I shall take your steel armor. Thank you. Yeah, so that's clearly why it's so expensive. That's a late game item, it would appear. So what's his name said? What's his nut said? There was a. He said he saw a door under the forest. So that's clearly where we're aiming to go here. Oh yeah, right. There was a locked door in this area. Actually, I remember. But now we have the Lumen key, so we can kind of go wherever we please here, I think. I think it might have been down here. Alright, let's see what we got here. No, wait, this is the path back to the castle entrance. We've already been here. Crud. Okay. So potions are consumed. They go in your inventory. So you see here, if you go... See, there's one there. So what happens is that curative herb, which is that curative herb, son, the thing up beside my money, I don't have a key to use that. I believe what that is basically a resurrection item. So I think what happens is if you die and you have that, it brings you back. Because the lady says you should always have a curative herb on you. So I'm guessing the idea is that that's what that is. But there's two potions. There's a small potion and a large potion. The small potion recovers a little bit of health. The big potion recovers a large amount, obviously. Be careful of the bright plants, okay? So this is the first element. So there's 4 elements in this game. I'm guessing that every area has like a little sort of overworld area like we were walking through, and then a temple where you will fight a boss or what have you. So this is, I'm gonna guess this game is certainly probably not Zelda II length. I imagine it gets fairly challenging. I mean, it's already feeling a little challenging, but in terms of like raw length, the game is probably not crazy long. Ow. So now it's just become a platforming challenge. Oh my god, are you serious? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, save, thank you. And the save points heal you fully, which is nice. Back to the Bosco Forest or the Earth Temple. Okay, well, we don't want to go back to the forest. We want to check out this temple. So we're not even at the temple yet. We're just on the path to the temple. The thing I do like about that jump down attack is it does not seem to aggro the enemies. Oh, columns always indicate that you're getting temple-y. The music is definitely pretty good. Again, in the sense that it sounds very NES-y. Oh, there's our key. This really does sound like music that you could have had on an NES. Hello. Whoa. Oh, that's an interesting little puzzle. Interesting. Okay. Very, yeah. So that gets us a chest. So it looks like we have to break these things in a very particular way to get up here. Looks like I don't actually have the ability to jump over there yet, so... People are handing out money like crazy, though. Well, that's what I thought, but yeah, it wasn't letting me. So this is interesting. I kind of like this. Kind of a neat little platforming mechanic here. Never really seen anything like this before. Oh, it resets. Oh, no. I was not aware of that. Oh, and that way I just fell through here. Well. So it kind of looks like these areas may get a little, it may have maybe a little puzzly. Because you see, because what I need, right? To be able to jump over there, I need to take out just the top one, but I can't actually jump high enough to do that. I feel like this is, I feel like I'm going to get like an ability in this temple that will allow me to double jump or something that I have to come back for. But now I have to figure out how to get through this other thing. The bottom two. I get what you're saying. This guy platformers. I would have figured that out eventually. Probably after many hours of frustration. And then I screwed that up. Lols. I played the video games. I'm a video gamesman. There we go. GG, Sari. GG. Looks like there might be a way up there as well, though. Whatever. So, I mean, I'm going to see if we can get a little bit further in this temple, but overall, we've really, I think I've given you guys a pretty good idea of what to expect from this game. It is, you know what, I am loving this resurgence of what I'm calling modern retro games that are coming out now. Games made in the modern era that are very much designed around retro, you know, that have retro design and mechanical elements to them. I'm a big fan, and this seems like a very good one of these. A little bit of Wonder Boy, a little bit of Zelda II. Have we already finished the tunnel? Well, there's our answer on what we needed to get somewhere. So you know what this is now? It's a little bit Wonder Boy, a little bit Zelda 2, also a little bit Mega Man, if I'm honest. Which is cool. Actually pretty neat. Really, honestly, like, it's very well produced. It's very well put together. The graphics are good. The music definitely sounds like something that could have come off an NES. Now, whether or not you're going to like that, or whether or not that's actually going to kind of annoy you, is down to personal preference. I like it myself. That said, it doesn't seem to be very long, given that we've pretty much already completed this. It looks like we've already mostly completed this temple. And as I stated before, the inability to properly bind a controller is, frankly, it's not a deal breaker, but it's also not acceptable. Especially when you're releasing your game on the Switch, you really have no excuse, in my opinion, for not including proper controller support. Telling people that they need to go set up a third-party utility like Joy-to-Key in order to use the most common controller on the PC, or one of the most common controllers on the PC, not good enough. Definitely not good enough. Whoa. Ah, I see what I have to do. Now we have to go through here and come at that thing from both sides. But honestly, like, I still don't like the default key layout that it's making me play with, but I've gotten used to it already. Like you can see, I'm playing the game reasonably well, so that's cool. And you know what? If you having to, damn it, if having to use Joy-to-Key doesn't bother you, then hey, go nuts. But especially as someone who has a Steam Link and would really love to play this on my couch, having to set up Joy-to-Key to use a controller, which I would have to on the couch, well, not have to, I suppose I could do it with something else, but I could do it with a lapboard or something. That is definitely a point of frustration for me. Okay, I don't know what I did with that, but... Ow. Oh, boss time. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Boss don't play, yo. And these guys are fodder for the special weapon because that's what I have to hit him with. Oh, there I used my herb. Okay, so the herb is an auto-consumable. You really have to jump precisely to get over that thing too, by the way. Which I don't think I can do. Oh, he had one hit left! Oh! Oh, wait a minute, too. Where did it take me back to? I haven't saved in a long time. Oh, please tell me all the puzzles and stuff have been solved. So that's interesting. So it does keep track of your deaths, and you lose a chunk of experience when you die. So that's interesting. So you also recharge your elementals not by killing enemies, but just by hitting them. So that's handy. You don't have to actually find enemies to destroy. Okay, good. So, okay, so this you do not automatically revert to your last save point when you die. The save points are just for when you need to stop for a while. So that's much better, because I was like, oh my god, if you were gonna make me, like, completely stop, like, F that. Okay, there we go. I'm a little bit better about dodging that now. And by a little bit, I mean still not very good at it. Really requires a lead. Okay, wow, I wrecked him that time. Hello, moneybags! I'm assuming, like, my upgrades and stuff are going to get a lot more expensive, because this game is handing out money. Yeah! I got a green thing! The power of Earth is yours. So this game has 28 achievements in it. Cool that it has Steam achievements. Did my armor change? I don't know. Now, I do wonder, because that was just the first temple, I do wonder how the difficulty in this game is going to ramp. If it's going to be similar, or if the future temples are going to get a lot more difficult. Because that was not a walk in the park, but that was certainly not difficult compared to some platformers like A Whole New World or games like that. You know, A Whole New World is freaking brutal. So there's a way up there. Okay. So that can take us back to the forest, to which we can, where we can go to the next area, I assume. There we go. Oh, that's too much. So those walls over there look like something that needs a different ability that I probably don't have yet. Also, I'm just going to call it now. You know that wizard guy in the castle who's like, if you ever need guidance, come to me? He's going to turn evil. I'm just saying. I don't trust that guy. Not even a little bit. Can't seem to jump up there, so... Okay, well, this is some of the platforming challenges are definitely getting a little more interesting in this, so that's kind of cool. And I suspect later levels, as you unlock more abilities, you're going to have to juggle them around, right? Like, you're probably going to have to alter between, you know, earth and fire and water and other things like that in order to be able to make your way around things, and that will probably become, hello, another big pile of money! I suspect that will make things more interesting and more varied later on, to be sure. So let's just see what happens when we get back to the forest, and then I think we'll call it for this one, guys. I've given you a pretty good idea of what this game is about. You know, if you're into modern retro platformers such as I am, and this seems like a very good one of those, inspired less by straight-up challenge platformer games and more about, you know, Zelda or Wonder Boy games that are based more around exploration than and things like that. Very cool. Like I just said, the PC version, though, leaves a little bit to be desired. The lack of proper controller support and the default presets are frankly not very good. And I do think they should do a little bit better a job than that since it is out on the consoles. But also this game is out on the consoles, by the way. So this is also available on the Switch, which is actually why I'm covering this now, because the Switch version just came out. You can see this game actually came out on PC last June, so it's been out for quite some time. But other than the control issues, I like it. I think it's quite solid. And I think it's a very good retro platformer. So that is Aggelos, developed by Storybird Games as well as several other people. Published by PQube. It is on PC and Switch. It is $15 US. If you can either live with the controls as they are or get yourself a Joy to Key, if you're willing to do that, then this would be. This is a good option for one of those. I love these types of games, and I think this is a good one of them. All right, so we got 2 more games today, people. We're going in 2 very different directions after this, so this should be kind of interesting. So, yeah, we'll be back shortly. If you are watching on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video around. It does help it get noticed by more and more people. But if you're watching live, stick around. We will be right back with the next game. Indie Showcase Saturday, powered by the Shed, rolls on. Don't go anywhere, guys.